Coming out to Arizona, the first choice of employment was not furniture. We were going to be in the car business. While waiting for that to take place, kind of figured we better do something. So we bought some furniture. I borrowed some money off a friend, guaranteed her that I would get her money back in 30 days and I'd get you a sofa. Very off the cuff, not much of a plan, and that's how it actually started. The main theme of what we do is unique, one of a kind, something you might not have seen that would also fit into your living room or your bedroom or any of the rooms in the house. So we were driven by the uniqueness of the product. Looking at other stores, everything was pretty much the same. There wasn't much a selection for the customer, and we really wanted to get something a little different going on. It's unique is always better. Well, as a kid, I used to deliver furniture. I had a bread truck. A friend and I in high school would deliver appliances and furniture out of that. And there was always a creative part of the furniture that I enjoyed. Chairs especially were always an interest. The shapes of chairs, the comfort of chairs. So we were always bouncing around. We had mattress stores. At one point, I had up to 4 stores just in Mesa. The first store was quite comical. It was an auto parts place, actually, auto repair. So we had our little house in the front where we could probably get about 10 or 12 chairs in it, and that was our daily dose of trying to do business with 10 chairs out in the industrial park. Not that successful.
I've been in the furniture business pretty much my whole life. As a young kid, I would go to the store and help my dad and do all that. When I was in high school, I was running deliveries for the store. I did not plan on being in the furniture business as long as I have, but as I stuck around longer and knew some of the more fun parts of the business instead of just lifting furniture and moving trucks and stuff like that. So yeah, it definitely wasn't the goal, it wasn't the life goal, but definitely told myself growing up there is no way I'm doing this for a living.
It started not as a potato barn. We were hired to liquidate some restaurant equipment in an old, which we found out to be a potato barn. We kind of got the idea that this would be a nice little startup place for something, and at the time there was nothing out there. It was all agricultural. There were no house build up. It was just getting started. After we liquidated, we asked the owner if we could rent it, and we decided to put furniture in it. So the response, setting up in the middle of nowhere, was pretty much to be expected. It wasn't much of a response at all. The first 6 months, I had questioned many times, did I make the right move here, because there was no sales whatsoever. A little trickle here, a little trickle there. People were just trying to find a place. When I say in the middle of agriculture, there was just agriculture and a big red barn. So it was quite an interesting period. But it took a good 6 months before we had a regular clientele of business, and we started just me and my son. We're the only 2 employees in the very beginning, so to do deliveries I'd have to leave and knock on a neighbor's door to help with the other end of the delivery while Chris was in there selling some furniture. What kept us interested was the buy and learning how to buy. It wasn't the selling of furniture, it was the buying of furniture that we were really trying to accomplish.
You know, the very beginning when we first started, we were in a broken down barn. You know, our overhead was way low. We were able to, sell stuff at a better price. So we've kind of tried to keep that theme as we go and buy right, buy in bulk, buy in quantities to be able to get the price as good as we can, and then offer it again for the consumers as good a price as we can give them. Because of the size of the stores now and the 20 years of experience or 40 years with Dad there, that we've come to find some really great sources and offer some really great products. We're getting to the point where we kind of have our own brand and our own style, our own look that is unique to what is out there. So we're offering something that is hard to find. It's not something you're going to see everywhere. It's not in a name brand, big box store that's nationwide. This is this little bubble of stuff that we have here in the Phoenix area that is pretty unique. Most people have one offering, that's it, and that's what you get, and the store doesn't change. We sell off the floor and we change the floor hourly, constantly. That is definitely something that's unique and kind of hard to do, and that's why you don't see it done that way, but we enjoy it that way. Keeps it exciting and interesting. For Potato Barn, we bring in a variety of products from all over the world in all different ways. Traditionally, people would buy from wholesalers that bring in product, and we pick through their catalog and bring some stuff in, and we do some of that. That's the kind of the standard way of buying furniture for a store, but we've now in the last few years started going directly to factories and creating our own thing, whether it's vintage pieces or new made production. There's things that people we know have salvaged over the years and from different buildings or different parts of the world. So it's a mix. I mean, we do bring in some new made stuff, buy a lot of upholstery and soft goods here from the United States. Look for different fabrics, and again, trying to make it unique and different and show the customer a little something they haven't seen before. To answer where we get it, it's whatever I can find that's cool that we can bring in and looks like Potato Barn.
So we got invited to travel overseas by a couple of our good friends in the business, and that was eye-opening from the standpoint of importing. Probably our favorite spot is India. There's such a quantity of supply and surplus recycled parts of the country, whether it was a bridge or a temple or a fort or an old house. They save those artifacts, and you'll see carving on pieces that are built fairly new, but using the old remnants of some historical pieces.
Just walking around these places and walking through the streets of India and to be able to draw from their culture is a fun way of doing it. Just walking around just to see a finish on a building that was done a few hundred years ago, or the carving that was on it, and be able to take a piece of that and implement it into a piece of furniture that is someday going to sit in somebody's house. You get a little bit of that culture, you get a little bit of that authenticity.
Product from around the world seemed to fit what we were looking to do. Unique, unusual pieces that there might only be one or two of. But not only that, buying direct from the country, from the factory, cutting out a lot of the stuff that really raises the cost. So that, for us, was eye-opening, very enjoyable. The prices were shocking, and we could turn around and deliver the same good pricing. When we're on a buying trip, there's two facets of what we do. We like to pick the one-of-a-kinds that are already there. That's fun, rummaging through these warehouses, climbing, seeing things that we see for the first time, and the spots that you find it in. The second facet of what we do is we design. We'll have some design work, and lots of different facets come into play with that. Again, using our details for what our customers have been asking for, size-wise, color-wise, production pieces that we can turn over and have backup on, and then the unique pieces. So buying trips sometimes take 2 to 3 weeks in a country just to set up and organize that particular program.
When we decided to start going to the factories, you're starting from scratch, and you have a lot more options and opportunities to change it and to make it yours and tweak it to the point where it's what we need, what we want, what our customer wants. And to watch the factory operate from the raw materials to the finished product gives you many ideas of what can be changed along that way to get it to the outcome that you want, whether it's the type of woods that they're using, or it's the finish that they're putting on the hardware, or the stain on the wood, the little details, whether it's carved or not carved, molding, all that kind of stuff, where you can kind of get it and build it to the exact specs that you think you like and need. And what that does is just makes it's an exclusive product. Now it's something that we're going to have. We get to listen to our customers, and they get to tell us what they want, and we can bring that to the factory and create it. And that's something that is a huge advantage for us, because we're working along the whole step of the way, from the concept, from the idea to the final product that's here. So that is kind of the process from start to finish of being in a factory and projecting what you want to come, and then to see it come out is a pretty cool thing.
What I really enjoy about the business, now that you can take a step back and enjoy it, I like what the Potato Barn offers. Freedom as an employee. We try to create a happy environment. We really want it to be a place to look forward to coming, where you can earn your living. So I would say that's probably the most enjoyable thing, now that we can actually give back from all of the things we've been given.
I think a lot of the motivation just in how we do things here is we've kind of tried to create an environment that we enjoy ourselves working in. Just the overall environment of the Potato Barn, it's a collection of things we like. We got some great pieces of furniture, and we buy one of a kind this, one of a kind that, and we have music at the stores, and all of that is to just kind of create a nice environment, a nice feel for the stores that translates well for the consumer. We try and kind of treat our employees in the same way, where it's a place that they enjoy working at. We've been doing this for 20 years. A lot of the customers have been with us since the beginning and brought their friends to this place, because they've been just with us since the beginning, and they love what we do, and we're just trying to have fun. We're trying to create a nice atmosphere for everybody. It's very familiar, family-oriented. We're just a couple of guys having fun selling some furniture, and hopefully you like it. Couldn't do it without the employees that we've got, couldn't do it without the customers that we have. So I feel pretty lucky that we've been able to kind of do it our way, the way we think we want to do it. We're only trying to make it better, we're only trying to improve it going forward. And I think the family, starting with a family business, that's the only way we were going to be able to create something like that.
My favorite piece of furniture, actually it'd be two pieces if I can visualize it in my mind, is me sitting in the most comfortable chair with a very attractive old world floor lamp to light the books that I'd be reading. And that would be my favorite combination. The chair by far, but the light behind it would definitely be my favorite picture of furniture in all the years I've done it. Give me a good chair and I'm happy.